Hello, everybody. It's time for another Binge Bitches Talks Real Housewives. It's a Friday jam-packed with Real Housewives of New York, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and a little bit of Vanderpump. And to join us today, we have our wonderful co-host coming on in is Gunther Vanderpump and Miss Nelson Castillo. How are you guys?
Hi, cheers. Good. How are you?
Good, like getting adjusted. So she went out today and got a whole new router, and so this internet should be more crystal clear for y'all. And I went today and I stood in the line at Cox, 6 feet apart, 10 people allowed in the store, including the employees.
Oh, wow.
So it was like a whole thing. So, but we are up and running, and so I have this shit kind of popping. So you guys look so much better than when I usually have this thing on. That I see you guys, it's always digital, and so today I'm hoping. Yeah,
that's what we really look like.
Yeah, so
she don't dance now. She make money moves.
No, we ain't making money off of this yet. Okay. So speaking of, if you guys want to tip my co-host, you guys can send them Venmos, Nelson-Castillo, or at Gunther Vanderpump. So you guys can go ahead and push them some tips if you think they're funny. And if you think they're not funny, well, then give them some tips so they can go take a class in being funny. So, how are you guys?
She's like school on Sunday, no class. No.
Money can't buy you class.
No, it cannot.
That's one of my cleaning songs, though. Honestly, Money Can't Buy You Class. That's a cleaning song. You put that shit on, especially the what's his name, the James Kennedy little remix.
Yeah.
Look do the hat. She should have figured out these wardrobe things earlier.
You should.
You look like the baby in Teletubbies without the hat on.
So, yeah, what happened to all your facial hair? When did this happen? You keep on shaving. You're not growing back.
I'm shaving because my barber is out of work right now, and I really adore and love my barber, and I don't trust myself to grow it. Not to grow it, but to maintain it, because I get really stupid and it's not even. It's even. It's not. It's such a hassle. So until I can go back to the barber and actually get it done, then we'll grow the facial hair back. But it's been nice for my skin to get to breathe and get to have this new life, I guess.
This new life. Well, see, this is the thing too, is that you have the new look, and you can't really be out there seeing what trades you pull in.
True. Well, I mean, it's covered up with a mask anyways, so it's
exactly.
It's all in the eyes, I suppose.
And then
I guess so.
Itches.
That's the thing. And so I this is the most I've had. I'll probably trim this down for this evening. So if you guys are watching right now, tonight we're gonna be back on here at 9:30 after RuPaul's Drag Race. Doing double duty. With even more co-hosts. We're gonna have a whole panel. BB Gunn's joining us, Strawberry Corn Cat. And so it's gonna be fun because it's we don't get to do the bar thing anymore. So we're gonna do the bar thing tonight.
We're working double today. Does management know we're working double? Are we getting our free meal today?
Well, time and a half. I did tell Lisa Vanderpump, and the goat cheese balls are on their way. So
send us some goat cheese balls, please.
Exactly. So, okay. So, and then from there, Gunther, how are you? You have a new little bundle of joy in your life.
Oh yeah, she's a bitch.
Oh, she's not she was not like the boy.
No, she's a pain in the ass.
I can't hear.
Oh, really?
Gunther. Yeah.
Oh, you can't hear Gunther?
No, I can't hear him.
We can hear you.
Yeah.
Did you mute him?
No.
Oh,
there.
Yeah.
Gunther, talk again.
Hello?
Yes.
There's nothing. That's so weird.
That is weird. Gunther, I'm going to back you out and bring you back in. One sec. And now we can talk about him. Okay. This is what we said.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah, I can hear her now. That's much better. Yay.
I'll say
there we go.
Things are working.
Yay.
She just wanted to be in the middle. For real.
She wants to be the queen in the middle.
Yeah. Well, it's been a while, so.
It's been a long while.
Glamour it out. So for this evening, ladies, you guys have to have your phone in horizontal, so this way we get a really good view. So set it up cute. We're doing RuPaul. It's a slumber party, so we're showing up in pajamas. Whatever that means.
Or nothing, or nothing, or nothing.
Well, whatever you sleep in.
Well, nothing.
It does feel kind of like a little slumber party right now. Like
it's cute.
Hi guys. So trying something out. So it's kind of nice because I can actually leave like the kitchen.
What if I do turn mine? Oh, I'm upside down.
Nope. It ain't gonna work.
I can't turn her around right now. Let me see.
No. No. This is a free service. This is not Twitch.
She's gonna be like this the whole episode.
For real. So if you guys are watching this right now, go ahead and drop some comments in there. We can actually blast them up on the thing and talk about it. So last week, there was actually a comment that it was really long and I couldn't see it because I didn't have like my contact in. So Taj left a really cool comment that Sheena was in town.
Yes, we saw that. Yeah, Sheena was in town.
So Sheena was in town with that new boyfriend of hers, Bo. Is that his name?
Working at F19 or F45. Whatever it is. Yeah, the gym there in North Park, right?
It's a gym. I don't go to gyms, so.
Yeah, it's across from like Uptown.
Yeah.
Okay, cute.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is. I know what you're talking about now. It's like in the building that was redone. People who don't live in Hillcrest, they don't give a shit.
He goes to Uptown a lot, actually.
Well, then why? He goes?
What?
No, he goes.
Oh, he goes to Uptown a lot. Okay, yeah. I love going to Uptown. My friends don't, unfortunately. So, but they actually have a drink at Uptown called the Real Housewives of Hillcrest, and it's my favorite cocktail. It's so good. It's like vodka, champagne, and strawberries. It's amazing.
They make really good Brussels sprouts there too. It's like a thing. Yeah. I was there with like this gay basketball team from LA. And they all decided they were going to all just order Brussels sprouts for themselves with chicken. And I was like, oh, that's a lot. That's a lot for your bellies. Yeah. So everybody's a top.
Butthole.
Everyone's a top.
That's what I was like. Oh, so everybody's a top.
That table smelled lovely.
So I didn't stay there long. I had other places to be, but it was fun while it lasted. Anyways, that's enough free advertising. These people need to start paying us. Okay.
Go to Uptown.
Go to Uptown. Get yourself some Brussels sprouts. Be fine your life.
Eric works at Uptown, but I don't know if she's working right now. So
I don't know.
She's at the casino.
It's a drop. Is it? Are they open?
The casino? Oh no.
No.
Uptown.
Uptown.
F4, I think.
Oh, so it is a thing.
Like, can they do in service and stuff, or is this dine out?
Yeah, you can dine in.
Oh, you can dine in.
Wow.
Yeah.
Our community's opening back up. How nice.
Slowly.
Yes, but still, wash your hands, wear a mask. Anyways, that's where we are.
Let's get into our Housewives.
Yes, let's get into Housewives. So, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Yes. It was a sleeper episode where we're going to go back into the fights over and over again with the same shit, except for they're dropping new little nuggets that we're starting to like see that like, oh, you don't really like her at all, do you? Yeah. I mean, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So
I didn't feel like it was that much of a sleeper of an episode. It was just like it took a while to get there. Not really, even though, but like they're definitely painting their pictures out of who they want to be. Who, like who's the villain this year, and they definitely have gone after Denise for sure. So
absolutely,
it took a while to get there because it took a while to get to Santa Barbara.
It's like, and they're on like these windy roads with this pregnant bitch in the back seat, like who is just like
she was gonna throw up the entire time.
Exactly. The week before, she's like, "Ooh, it's hot." You know what I mean? And Sutton's like, "I can't do this." And then this time, she's sitting there like it's a roller coaster. She's like on California Adventure. Like,
could we not get these girls flown out? Like, what happened? Does Santa Barbara not have an airport?
Well, I mean, by the time that you land and then have to actually get into a car and go up those windy roads, it's not worth it. So it's just drive. And that's why, they had a cute car, but they don't have a cute car like the New York girls do. So that's something too. Yeah. Oh my God. My camera cannot find me today. It's like, Technology is not a friend. Okay. So anyways, at the beginning of the episode, we started off with Dorit and Kyle. And so just kind of like, let's roll into this whole situation. So Dorit is like, she shows up and she already shades Kyle the moment she walks in the door. She was like, you look so comfy.
I didn't even look at it like that. I was just like, yeah, she looks comfy. Yeah, she looks
after the, I mean, the thing is you know that everything you say can will be used against you in a Real Housewives court of law. Oh, so the thing is Kyle's been talking about her glam, and she is not having it. So that's why she was like, oh, you look comfy. You know, I mean, like it really was like, you have to think those are knives, bitch. She is taking her down. So it's just too cute, but not cute. Anyway, so we have I don't know. It was just kind of like that little opening scene going into this whole thing. So Garcelle decided she was gonna give us one scene and check out.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, she's busy with her career, so I mean, that's
I understand. If you're busy,
I don't know how she was able to sign up for the show and miss so many like group outings that they have, because she has missed kind of a couple so far. So
exactly, and not only that, but the thing is you left a group outing after you dropped that like nice nugget at the end of the last group outing. You were as good as that one was, and so she left that one with, you know, still issues with Kyle. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so in that whole car conversation, and then the other girls just kind of sail right back in. And so, and that's something too that doesn't even come up in this episode later, is that car ride with Denise and Rinna and everybody, like Rinna hasn't dropped that bomb. Yeah. And I think she's waiting for Garcelle to be in the room.
She's holding on for that.
Probably, oh my God. This was an episode of Rinna just being like, oh, did people do coke in your bathroom? Like she had, like Rinna had like,
way.
She had 3 of those moments tonight. And I was like, oh, there's another one. Like where Rinna's just like, I'm just going to be awkward. Do your kids know about your threesome? You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, so girl.
I could film a threesome.
Mm-hmm. That's what I mean. She just bounces out of left field.
Done in Melrose Place. Like, come on.
Mm-hmm. So that's the thing. Her husband's been in like how many movies and how many TV shows and shit. Like, come on. You know, they were in a movie together where he was a sex addict. You know what I mean? Like they're like, it was like a made for TV movie, I think. And so I remember my mom was like, turn this off. So I never saw the end of it. Anyways.
Like, no.
So, and then that whole couples therapy thing came up again. That whole, like, come on. They were sitting there
at dead bars.
Breathing exercises, and it's coming off no homo. So with all the girls are starting to show up. Okay, so it was like the whole like revolving bathrooms farce that they decided to have at the beginning of the episode. Yeah. Like, okay, you go to bathroom. Okay, you go to the bathroom. Okay. And then they actually took a moment because they didn't have that very much to like put out there. They were like, okay, so let's listen to everybody flushing toilets. Like, and I think, is this like we're trying to make sure that everybody knows that, you know, Santa Barbara's far, so they all have to take a piss before they leave.
Were they not going to get to like stop on the road anytime soon? I mean,
I wouldn't have wanted to. How far is this? Like 3 hours, isn't it?
That's what people say. They say it's like 2 or 3 hours. Yeah, it depends from LA. Like how far in LA you are. Yeah, so.
And so, and they were leaving.
Like you said, it's in Rena's backyard. Rena's house is right there.
It's just too much. They have Erica, she's kind of revealing her feelings are still hurt. She's still in her feelings, so we can talk about that later at breakfast. Yeah. And so here's some of the things. Did you guys notice? Okay, so number one, when they show up at Kyle's house, it's like a menagerie of dogs, just like at Lisa Vanderpump's house.
So many fucking dogs. Yes. Yeah.
She was wearing a Lisa Vanderpump outfit. She had on like the white shirt, the crisp white shirt. She had on the jeans, and then she also had on like the big duster. And I was like, you are trying to be Lisa Vanderpump. And it's like constant. And then when Lisa showed up, Lisa's like, oh, the dogs. My dog got into to Lois's pills. Like, oh, so Lisa's gonna come home to
sleep real good.
Lisa comes home, the dog's dead. She's like, what happened?
The dog got into the Lipitor and the Boniva, girl.
Lipitor, Boniva, Latuda.
Latuda.
So what are those names? So it's just thing. So all these girls, they're all showing up. They flip over. Denise is going to be showing up later. And then they had this like scene about nothing, about her just showing like Denise is busy and she's a working actress. And so she's there putting in the 9.
Which is nice though that we got to see that. And I don't think we got to see that much with Eileen actually. Like I know like Eileen gave Erica that part on Young and the Restless and they shoot on the same lot. But we got to see a lot of like behind the scenes of Bold and Beautiful, which I mean I'm sure is this advertisement for them. Like they're like, oh look at Bold and Beautiful crossover with Bravo. Ooh. But it was nice to get to see that little inside track. So it says Denise is working. So I mean and they've done that a lot this year, which is nice, I think. So because even with Erica in Chicago, like I didn't think we'd see so much of that, but it's nice.
I felt like they did that to show like because she was like, I play a bitch a lot of times and my character is a bitch. And I'm not really a bitch in real life, and I only play one on TV, and that's what I got out of it. I was like, okay, we get it. You play a bitch.
So you get it. I did write that down because she says that she likes a naughty character. That sexy's work, but like when the naughty characters are more fun when they're devilish and that kind of thing. So
yeah,
I think you hit up. Yeah, you can't. I mean, exactly. She's probably having so much more fun because she don't have to watch what she's eating because she's not topless the whole time.
Right.
You know, this woman. And the thing is so they have that whole. It's just like glam and like, and she keeps on mentioning, you know, like you don't know what's happening in the house, but you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. And there's a lot of that kind of conversation that they kind of keep going with.
Yeah.
And so it's just a little. Okay, we get it. So okay. So these girls show up at this house, and then you notice it was Rancho Estrella, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, you're in Santa Barbara, girl, so you know the names are going to be a little bit Spanish. They're going to have a little bit of... She was like, welcome to Rancho Australia. It's like, girl, like, appropriate. Come on. Like, well, my name is Kate. I'm a hugger. Like, and then she's just, like, hugging these bitches, and they're all like... And so you have
coronavirus.
For real. See, that's sad. That's where your mind automatically goes now.
Right.
People always say it's just like.
But Sutton was all like, "No, I'm not a hugger, but it's fine." I'm like, okay.
Well, that's the thing. Sutton was awkward this whole episode. They have
whole
like
episode. She was super awkward. Yeah.
Every time they flash over to her, yeah, like super like she like later with because this whole thing is like when they get there and. You know, oh, what a great little house. Like, Kyle, fuck you. Like, what a great little house. Oh. Not everybody can live on a sprawling estate because their husband stole Kathy Hilton's husband's business. Let's call it what it is. There, we said it. Like,
we said it. It's done.
Let the mouth go.
Let the mouth go.
Let it go.
You've had your fun. Now let it go. That is, it's everything. She gave us that this season. So if anything, she's been worth that much. To let the mouth go. Because the thing is
no diamond yet, though, girl. She ain't got no diamond. Sorry. And she's probably mad because look at Garcella and been to half the things she's been doing.
That's true.
Got a fucking diamond.
Well, it's because the husband wouldn't sign off on the family, apparently. So that's the problem. But yeah, she did show up to everything. She should have kind of had a diamond. But you know what? She's couture, so she would need like a real special diamond. She wouldn't even hold the one that everybody else holds. Like, so I can't handle her. But it's so much. So, but why was this house? Okay, so they get there and like like what's his name? Mauricio's probably trying to sell this. You know what I mean? Like this, like because they had to like show all different spaces. Let's put Sutton all the way in the back. You know what I mean? Like put her in the next house. Yes. You know, and like there was but it was like the furniture in the house. It was just very like okay, bed and breakfast. Ugh, you know. Yeah. Like it was really beige, and there was no head. Like some of these girls weren't sleeping with headboards. There was no headboard on the bed. Like I'm right now in our guest bedroom, and the thing is, there's a headboard on this. Like even in the guest bedroom, live to a standard, people. It's the Santa Barbara.
We need something to hold on to.
$2,500 a night, and you can't even give me an IKEA bedpost?
See.
So I figured it out. They would each pay $414 a night if they split it amongst the three.
Split it amongst themselves, which I mean,
all of them.
That's like a luxury house. So if it comes with a staff, it's worth it. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't think the house came with the staff. Kyle said she got a staff, so I don't know if that fee was separate. It probably is. Yeah.
That lady Robin, her new cook. Yeah. It's like where are all these new cooks coming from? Like she used to have that one dude, the sweaty dude, who used to always be like, "Here's Fat Burger." Yeah. Like I don't remember his name, but he used to always show up with Fat Burger truck.
Nobody wanted Fat Burger. That's right. It would be the white party having Fat Burger. Yeah,
because the cook at this house is like, we have microgreens, and but the lady at the other house was like, we have truffle foam. You know what I mean? There is no Fat Burger anymore.
There's no Fat Burger anymore. Yeah, no.
And half these girls miss it. They miss it too. Dorit's that's where I had my burger.
If they don't end the season at White Party or Farroween with a fucking Fat Burger truck, I'm gonna be mad.
Serious. Give Fat Burger its due.
We should send that. We should send that in for the reunion for the questions for Andy Cohen and be like, Kyle, what's up? Guests want to know why we're not loving Fat Burger no more.
Because she was in movies, and then she'll bring it right back to her movie. She'll be like, "Well, I was shooting a movie and I couldn't be eating that, so they gave me bangs. They gave me bangs because of the movie." And yes. Okay, wait, let's just talk real quick about Gunther's wig. Is he giving us a little bit of, is it Kyle's season 3 when she always would wear it under? It's a little bit. It feels a little Kyle, it feels a little, I don't know who. It's Jersey.
It's Carlton.
But it's also a little bit of Jackie from Jersey.
It could be Elise too. If I put it down, it's just plain.
Elise. It could be Elise.
It's a good one. I like this piece. It's cute.
It's a good one, girl.
It's a new one.
Ooh, girl. Her
Thanks, Venmo.
She's getting tips. And if you guys want to tip them, you guys can tip my co-host at Venmo, at Nelson-Castillo, and at Gunther Vanderpump.
Getting new wigs.
New wigs, girl.
Wigs on wigs on wigs.
Wigs on wigs on wigs.
So, okay, so they go off to this little dinner thing. They have this competition series that they always have to do, who's fastest, and it's always Dorit. So why are you guys competing?
Right.
Dorit.
Kind of silly too. I thought those little bike things. I was like, what the fuck is this? Do people really do that when they go to Santa Barbara?
People do it in Coronado all the time. So I would believe that they would do it in Santa Barbara. That's Catalina Island, That's something that when you have a little bit of alcohol and you're like, we can do this. And then and then when you're doing it, you're like, I don't want to do this. And that's the thing too, is if you don't have to take it round trip, if I could take it somewhere and just leave it, I'll try it out, those scooters. But this situation, you want me to take it, go get drunk and eat my lobster and then drive it back? No. I'm gonna leave it there.
I'll leave it there. Bye.
Have either of you guys done these? You haven't, Nelson. Have you?
I always see those things going around North Park where it's the group of people doing it.
Oh my god, those are
brewery
awful
things.
Yeah,
that just looks like not fun at all. Yeah.
I would be the person who'd be like, I'm gonna put my feet up and then just be drinking and let everybody take you.
And then D'Angelo's not pedaling.
By the end of that ride, the host is the only one pedaling at that point. Come on, people, because half these girls.
Your idea.
Well, they just have a thing for bikes, then I guess. Wasn't it last season where they in Hawaii where they had to pedal for their drink? Remember where they were
blender.
Yeah,
and the blenders were on the bikes. That was so weird.
That's those space movies from the past. And they were like, oh, well, this is how they make their food in the future. No, I don't want it. So they go to a wine tasting, and I love how the lady. The lady goes, "It's wine tasting, not wine racing, ladies."
You don't know us very well.
For real. At least it's not. Okay, so here's the difference too between a New York tasting and a Beverly Hills tasting. The New York girls all still got their clothes on. They're all still sitting in their seats. Like, they all are fine. In New York, this tasting, we saw what happened. They're taking a dump in the bushes and shit. Like, there is like such a stark difference between how these women taste their wines, you know? And so it's just sitting there.
Beverly Hills actually like swirls it around and smells it. New
They
York
do.
is like, boom.
Okay, the worst part about this is Teddy. You guys, hi, I'm Teddy.
Yeah, poor
And
girl can't like.
She can't imbibe at all. So she's just sitting there. Yeah. How's this one taste, guys?
And she's eating that charcuterie board or like crazy.
I would have been. I'm like that because half the time I'm just like, "Ooh, does that hummus?"
They're like, you're pregnant. Here's some sparkling water. You're like, fuck off.
For real. There's 4 different types of sparkling water.
Right.
See, they should be nice in those situations. They should be like, okay, guess which kind of LaCroix this one is? It's pamplemousse.
Yes, exactly.
I think it's lime. Is it lime? You know,
like, I mean, they could have at least gave her a White Claw, right? Those are only like 4%. Like,
no, because you know that she probably had her pages blowing up anyways because she tasted that coffee and everybody probably and their mother was probably telling her,
"You're pregnant.
Yeah, I was thinking, oh my god, her Twitter must be blowing up. People saying she's responsible for drinking coffee.
We think about this, but what about the sushi that was at Erica's party last week? Did she touch any of the sushi?
No, that was Erica's thing.
Make a point of that.
Erica made a point. Erica made a point. She was like, I don't know how to host a pregnant woman. I'm bad at this now. Like, so, I mean, they made that a point.
She's like, here, just have all the mercury, bitch. Just have all the mercury.
just sleep. Like, take a drink and sleep. But that was my thought there. It was just like, poor thing. Oh my God. Now, did anybody notice, so I'm going to talk about like just some physical things because they didn't talk about much. They talk about the same problems they always do. But yeah. Kyle looked like she looked like my mom in 1992. Like the t-shirt, the hair feathered back, the sunglasses. Like I was like, that was my mom. like I was like, and this is Kyle in 2019, not 1993. Yeah. Kyle, what are you doing?
Yeah. What's going on?
Well, she's going crazy because she doesn't know what to do with her fucking hair because they gave her bangs.
She gave herself bangs.
Absolutely off the rails.
You know she gave herself bangs.
Well, and some of these girls kind of did the whole thing wrong too, if you think about it. Because like you look at Sutton, who's new this year, she came all dressed up, and like Erica and Rinna have their fucking tracksuits on. And like that's how you do a fucking 3-hour car drive, girl. In a fucking tracksuit. You don't show up in your fucking couture. She even had the wrong shoes on. She came in the heels, and I was like, poor thing. Like she was unloading her suitcase and the heels and the gravel. I was like, bitch. I was
like, she's new. She's not getting like. Well, that's the thing too, is though. But like, would she wear a sweatsuit? You know what I mean?
Know it better, yeah.
If it's couture,
maybe. But it's just a thing.
I don't know if she would wear a sweatsuit. That's true. So I don't know. Does Dolce make couture sweatsuits? I don't know.
Well, they should. If she knows him, he should make her one.
Right?
That should be like,
friends, right?
Well, he made her that ugly ass outfit she wore in the first episode. Like, he should hook her up with something that she can actually use.
Right? The sweats would just be like an upgrade. The sweats would just be an upgrade.
So much. I love. Okay, so when they talk about the dolphin was their entry to like talk about Denise. They're like, oh, there's a dolphin. It looks distressed. And then Kyle's like, hey, Denise. Okay, so let's talk about Denise. Like I was like, that is not how you bring Denise up. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like she was just like, she wanted to talk shit real quick. And so she's like, okay, so Denise, you guys, right? Like she was like real angry, right? Like,
well, what else did Erica said something? She's like, there's something disturbing in the water or something like that.
Yeah.
She like gave that. Yeah. I was like, okay, this is very literal.
Yeah, exactly. But that's why Kyle was like, it's Denise. It's Denise. Denise is in the water. She's the disturbing thing in the water. We all hate Denise, right? You guys, I'm Kyle, and we all hate Denise. Like, you guys all still like me, right?
Right. And then here
Wait,
comes
she's
Denise
coming.
Late. Like here comes Denise
That's
Late.
the thing.
And then
With the bottle.
I have to say,
With the bottle.
I love that she showed up late, you know, because she's coming from work or whatever. But the bitch shows up to a wine tasting, still with her Casamigos. Did you see that? She showed up with her bottle.
Hell yeah.
She's like, fuck this wine. I'm just gonna have my Casamigos.
That's how I am. I bring a bottle of vodka if there's a wine tasting.
Yeah, I'm not into
Boring.
it. Yeah, wine tastings, they give me migraines sometimes, so it just depends.
Yeah.
But okay, so the thing is, so she showed up with this bottle. Now the problem is Denise showed up and she's not on the same level as everybody else. So this is something that everybody needs to know. If you are going to show up at a party late and you know they've been drinking, you should do something to get yourself on that level. Like, or at least just be like, okay, come in, and she should have done 2 shots. You know what I mean? Like, just be like, here.
We've all been there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As I say, we've all been there. You show up with your friends late and you're there on a completely different level than you are. And you're like, what did I sign up for?
It's like, why is everybody so loud? Like, that's your first thought when you show up. It's like, bitch.
When I go into work on a Sunday night at PEX at 7, and I'm just like, oh.
See, there you go.
Why?
That's a lot of times my situation when I show up for like the Thirst Beer bus, because it's like I just had a nap, so I'm like waking up and everybody's like there, Saturday, ready to rage, and I'm like, I just woke up and took a shower and I got here. Like, I'm not there yet. But then halfway through, but I do the good thing, and by halfway through, then I'm like, hey, I'm on your level. Let's all play. Like, and Denise didn't do that shit. She just kind of walked in with her bottle of Casamigos and didn't drink it. Come on, Denise.
Well, she had 2 shots. They should have had 2 shots. She had a shot.
Yeah, so, but she needed to wake up.
We were saying when we were watching the show that, like, even though Denise was late and she's been up since 4 a.m., Denise looks a lot fucking better than half of these women, actually. Like, she's beautiful, gorgeous. Like, I don't think she even wears that much makeup sometimes. Like, you're just looking at her, you're like, girl, for being up at 4 a.m., you fucking look great.
Well, understand too,
from work, though.
She came from set, so she had her makeup professionally done. They've been touching that up all day.
But still, she's looked better than half the other women.
Yeah, in a sense. But they all came up on a 3-hour car ride without makeup and hair. See, this is why Dorit travels with glam. This is why Dorit travels. It is the problem. It's the bane of everything that's been going on. So I just think it really is. But Garcelle, that phone call, another thing. Okay, I'm gonna hate on Kyle every week until she does something good. But like, they have the phone and like they're like, oh, everybody say hi, and so and Kyle's like, hi. Like, she was so like, she did not want to say hi to her. She was like, you called me out the last party, you know, that's going through her head, but she can't do it, so I'm just gonna smile. And they didn't even show the phone. I don't even think Garcelle was on the phone. They just acted like she was. Everybody send Garcelle a Snapchat, send her a Snapchat, guys. So, and then that whole situation, like, okay, here's another time where Sutton is just in distress. So those boys go to jump off the thing behind them, and like everybody's like,
oh my god, yes.
Like, and Sutton had this like,
her face, she's so shocked.
Oh my god.
Well, yeah, she's so,
and she's like looking over the balcony,
right? You know, but you know, like, but Rinna and the other girls are just like whatever, you know, because I mean, I'm sure there've been plenty of times in the season where they're filming somewhere that someone's trying to get some sort of attention, you know, from these girls. So those boys took it. They fucking jumped off that thing. They were like, fuck it.
I mean, seriously. But the thing is, and also Sutton, I thought you hated children. You leave your child like locked in a cage, and you're like, we're training. Like, so, like that's Sutton. Like, come on, girl.
Yeah.
So the girls get back to the house. That was a magical sunset. Oh my god. Like that sunset.
Kyle was the only one watching it.
Because everybody else was fucked up and they just wanted to eat. You know how that feels at the end of a Sunday fun day. They had been drinking all day.
They were fucking up that charcuterie board. They were like, girl.
And not only that, but they keep...
funny because...
Keep going? No, keep going. What were you saying?
I was saying it was funny because like she's all like, no one wants to see this. No, girl, that's in our fucking backyard. We're not gonna see it. I can see that at home.
I mean, that is true because Erica Girardi got Girardi money. Like her husband paid for that sunset. Like she gets that. Like so that is true. But it was from a different angle because it's a little bit more north than where they are. So I mean, you can say that much. But it was beautiful. But nobody cared. Everybody was just cared. They were housing chips. They're just and not only that. But it was hot, you guys. It was Santa Barbara hot. Like, so those girls, they were all like, they were sweated out. So you know that you're sweaty, you've been drinking. You just want to eat them celery sticks. You want to eat celery sticks and wheat thins and have your life. Like, I cannot hate on that.
I can't think of a worse combination: celery sticks and wheat thins.
You ever got a charcuterie board like that when you get to like a place?
Well, I hate celery, so I would not be after the celery.
Oh no! So when you show up to like some hotels and things like that, like when they have like a little letter and it says like, "Thank you so much for staying with us, Mr. Dangilo, Mr. Bala," like that sort of thing, and then it has like a bottle of wine, the little bowl of fruit, you got charcuterie, and they also have like the wheat thins and the Ritz crackers and all that shit.
Yes.
So I go to hotels like that. Okay, so
maybe some Melba toast.
My name is Dorit. I have a standard, Kyle.
I come with Melba toast.
Melba toast. You're like, it came with a mini bar, and they said that if I lift anything, it'll charge me automatically. So like, those are the worst mini bars in the world. It's like if you touch it, they'll charge you because it's like, oh, there's a weight distribution. Have you ever been those? Have you seen those in the mini bars?
Nice
I've seen them on the mini bars, yeah. But I mean, I've also been raised that if it wasn't yours, then just don't touch it.
Oh no.
The Super 8 doesn't have those.
No, so like I will eat a $6 bag of like gummy bears if it's gonna be like 4 minutes of extra work going down the steps. Like I can't.
You're wasted, yeah.
Like so. Like making soup out of Pringles, and you're like, this is fine, and you're drunk because you're drunk. So too much. These girls. I love that. So they're all getting ready. Dorit, are you out the door ready? So like
yes, are you out the door ready? Yes. Yeah.
I thought that was cute. I actually like that.
Yeah.
Which is it's more of a Denise thing with thing. Okay, Erica's weight loss suits. That's all I wrote down. So like, what was Erica wearing?
Yeah.
That's what those
I don't know. Her choices were kind of off this episode, I think.
Yeah.
It was like,
who's wearing that to Santa Barbara? Like, did she just really do that for the gays? But even then, as we're the gays watching the episode, going, "Girl, why'd you pack that to Santa Barbara?"
Yeah.
Was she planning on making like a surprise appearance at the Eagle later? Like, what's going on?
Maybe
she had 2 of them.
Mikey was off his game, you guys. Mikey was out of town. He was working with. Oh no, you guys! You know why she's slipping? Oh, it makes sense.
Huh.
Mikey's Pussycat Dolls. He's directing them and stuff. So the thing is so his time is right now spread between Erica and Pussycat Dolls.
Yeah.
So one of those groups has Grammys and stuff, and one of them performs at Rich's. So which one is he gonna go and hang out with?
Wow.
So that's the thing.
A Broadway star now.
She's a Broadway star.
She is. I hope she gets to resume her role and like finish it out if she wants to.
That would be great.
That was bummed, yeah.
Or get another role because I would like to see her in something because she can dance. The bitch can dance.
She can dance. She can sing. So.
Okay, so I love, what else did I break down here? Oh, Lisa's ugly square toe shoes. Let's talk about those.
Ew.
Oh my God. Those were the worst ever.
Those were church shoes. Those are church shoes.
But I've seen those shoes though, and like, cause you see them, when you walk through Nordstrom sometimes, and right there you walk through like the women's shoe things. It's right there, and you see like all the cool shoes. But then you see those square toe shoes, and you're like, "Fuck that!" Like, who is wearing that? More importantly, who's buying that? Like, those were that is a waste.
Older ladies.
That is a waste of Harry Hamlin's Caucasian money, girl. Okay, that is
those were free, and she stole them from this set of her daughter's like photo shoot. She took those, but they really do.
Girl, she took them from the set of Melrose Place. Okay, she took them
years ago. They look like old church lady shoes. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Because they
they
keep you stable. Because they have the big chunky heel, they got the flat thing in the front. It really is. It's for hammer toes. It's for like church ladies. It's for drag queens with the wide set foot.
Those those shoes were terrible. She never needs to wear them again.
Yes, but I bet you see them at a Lips, like on a Sunday brunch. Those shoes will be there. So, and then what else I wrote? Oh, I wrote down pumpkin spice candles. Like, why are they using scented candles at a dinner setting? That's terrible. That makes your food taste like that. It's gross. Come on.
Yeah, because whenever you use candles, you're supposed to use non-scented candles for dinner. Yeah, so.
True. Yeah, that's what I mean. So it was just like, yeah, they were like, oh, pumpkin spice candles. I think they were really they were digging on Kyle for that. They were like, Kyle, you didn't think this through.
I do want to get back with you to the fashion. We have to say this is the third episode, I think, that Dorit has flashed that bag, which I get. The bag is expensive, but we've seen it now, girl. Like, move along.
You know what? It probably came with stipulations. We will give you 4 more of these bags if you carry this one.
Yeah.
We will give you more of this. Like,
I love the bag. The bag is super cute. I want one. But I mean, to carry it around 4 episodes, it's a little much.
Yeah, she's getting money off that.
I'm a clock you for the bag, girl.
Okay, I wrote here all the awkward switches for Rinna, because this is when the dinner starts. And so the first awkward switch that Rinna does is, what's it like to shoot a 3-way? like boom, come on, Denise, defend yourself, bitch. Like, it really is.
Like,
it really is that moment, girl. So she's just like, what is it like to shoot a 3-way? And they start talking about wild things and about her agent, like going back and forth, and she's going to show this much, and then they showed up this, and blah, blah, blah. And then this whole thing with Rinna that she thinks, your kids have seen it. Your kids have seen the movie. She's basically telling her, like, they've seen it, Yeah. I don't know. If it was my mom, I wouldn't want to see it.
Like, that's absolutely true. I mean, you don't want to see that. So, but I mean, they're talking about raising their kids, and I mean, so what? So Denise is one way in her life, but she might be a different mom, So it's like, you can't really do that, I think, to someone. It's not fair for you to be like, well, just because you're this person means that your kids are automatically going to be this person, or that's how you are as a mom. So I thought that was not like just really rude. It was beyond disrespectful, I thought. So and I love fucking Rinna. Rinna's like my favorite housewife. I love her because she stirs the pot. She gives us the awkward questions and the moments. She knows how to play the game, which makes her the great TV that we all love. So
yeah, she's it's a little aggressive, and then later when it comes into it, I mean, like, this is your friend.
Yeah,
like, this is your friend.
Yeah, this is your friend, and you're kind of putting your friend out for a TV show, unfortunately. But I mean, that's the game. So I mean, and so I think Denise is kind of a little taken back by that. Like, she's my friend. Like, we're like off the show, we're really friends. But I mean, cameras are on, girl. Like, it's fair game.
And so it's just like, and they're all apologizing. Kyle apologizes again for the other night, and Denise like, oh, I was taken aback, like, and then when she refers back to the whole thing, like, I was just standing up for Dorit about this whole hair and makeup thing, and then you made it a personal attack. And that's something too, is that, that's all it was. And Kyle did go, you know what I mean? Like, she bit, I think she bit off more than she can chew with Denise, but that's just what it is. And so, and this whole thing, and I love how Denise was like, well, the ice sculpture, Eloise liked it, you know what I mean? And it was and it was like, so fuck you guys. Like, and so I think there was I think there was a certain amount of truth in that, you know what I mean? Like, it makes her
said that she picked it out.
Yeah.
She said Eloise picked it out. So then it's just like, oh shit. I would have instantly put my foot in my mouth after that.
Now she feels like an idiot for being like, well, now your daughter picked it out. Now I'm like ragging on your daughter. So not great.
I think it's that, and there's also just a soul sentiment there too that Kyle, what do you want to call it? She's like, you getting free stuff because you're on the show now. I think that's kind of what's an underlying thing there. But then we just talked about Fatburger. So, I mean, Kyle, like, you can't have it all those ways. Like, come on, girl.
So, yeah.
And then the whole thing is that, Denise is that, she has a different mothering style and everything else.
Absolutely. So, I mean, again, that's not fair. So, I mean, and I know everyone's on the internet have been saying, like, look at Erica in the past when, like, Eileen brought up her kid and she freaked out and started crying. And Erica has a full-grown, like, adult-ass child. You know what I mean? Like, Denise is defending, Denise is defending her 8-year-old, 15-year-old children. I mean, that's completely different, I think. So.
And the whole don't talk about my kid. Don't talk about my kid.
Don't talk about my
But then you think, like, I'm sure she's let them watch the show, like, because they're on the show. But then look at all the things she talks about on the show. And it's like, that's when I don't get it. Like, they obviously are hearing you talk. You're talking way worse than you are in fucking Wild Things, I feel. Like, you're talking about happy ending for your husband, how big his dick is. Like, if I were her daughters, I'd be like, I want to see his big dick. Like, Mom, let me see. And then they had the nerve. Was it this? I think it was the episode before when they posted the picture of him naked on the bed.
It was this episode.
Yeah, it was this episode. Yeah, they posted the picture.
Like, there we have that wonderful picture that she took down, and I forgot to screenshot it. But
you can find it. You can Google it. Everything is Googleable.
Yeah.
So it's just so much there. They have this whole and that whole thing is that, Kyle's like, she's like, I wouldn't do it with my kids, but like, Kyle, you went to Studio 54 when you were a kid. Your mom took you to Studio 54. You saw shit.
Yeah.
Like, girl. Yeah.
It's like, I mean, and Denise is saying that she's over it. I mean, I want to believe her. I think I believe her when she's all like, it's fine. Like, it's fine. We're done. Like, we're done talking about this. Like, so.
But then they go back into the situation, and I think she was re-explaining, this is why I was upset, but it's coming across a different way. It's just it's a little everywhere for these girls. So, and then we have Teddy who's chiming in with the judgmental people, they act judgmentally. I'm Teddy, guys. So, like, you want to go running? So, so those two, they talk into they're like, oh, let's go to bed. It's 10 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock. So Kyle and Teddy are like sitting up there again, and that's why they're friends, because everybody else goes to bed and those two go do that. Yeah. And so,
well, I mean, in Denise's defense, she was up at 4 a.m. So I'm like, 10 o'clock comes, she ready for bed, girl.
She was done. So it was so thing. Anyways, and then we have they call them FABs. That whole fake ass bitches thing, and I was like, okay, so these two are having like their own little silent language. So I wonder where that's going to also come into play. Like, what else are they going to be talking about somebody when they're in front of somebody and the person doesn't realize it? So I think there's some of that. Yeah. Anyways, this episode wraps with them at this little breakfast morning kind of a thing. What's called Sutton can't handle the tension. I just couldn't sleep. I laid there like this. That's
not why you laid there. That's not why you laid there like that, girl. Okay.
Yeah. So I laid there like this. Like, so it was so much. And then and then I love how Brenna's just like, well, let's get it out. And it's like, oh, here comes Brenna with more of the truth bombs.
Yeah. I mean, she's here to stir the pot and lead this fucking ship. So.
She really, really did. And so Teddy, Dorit's basically saying that, Teddy's saying that Dorit shades her whenever she's mad at Kyle, which she kind of does. But the reason why is because Teddy always jumps in and tries to defend Kyle. So it's almost like Teddy goes for a blow with her so she can get her off so she can go back to where she is. I understand Dorit's little motive here, but she tries to act like it's nothing. You know what I mean? And
for sure.
And the fight still is Teddy's not fun because she's not. Like, come on,
I'm
Teddy.
so ready for her to go. I'm like, let's get rid of her, please, already.
She's pregnant. Leave her alone.
She's pregnant.
Leave Teddy alone.
Leave Teddy alone.
No, she got to go, girl. She got to go.
I don't love her, you guys. Her and Kyle.
Okay. There's been
I'm ready for her, Kyle, and Sutton to be gone next season. Like, done, girl. Like,
I don't think that. I think they're gonna keep them all right now. Oh, I wrote in here. I hate Dorit's cap. So in that confessional that she's been in this whole entire time, and with the black and white top,
not a great look.
Ugh, that black cap, and they have so much footage of her talking in that black cap, and every single time I see it, I have like this visceral reaction, like ugh, daddy, like one of those like cheap daddy juniors, like we like when you go to like Wholesome Fare.
She's gonna be regional manager of Charlotte Russe Realness, like
a little bit, but like 2002, like not even recent. Like so, this girl.
They were calling her the hamburger from McDonald's.
Oh my God, were they?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit hamburger. Yeah, I think she said that on her Instagram actually, which is really funny.
It's so very energy.
She knows how to make fun of herself, which is great. So,
and yet again, this is why Dorit wanted Fat Burger at all these parties, and she has not had it. So then they have that clip, and they basically, that who are you, Denise? Like you talk about the happy endings. You have the picture, blah 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 blah, and then Rinna with the kill. Do you talk about the hookers? like we weren't talking about that, Rinna, and you came out of
so much. Yeah, it's so funny because like you see it in the previews, right? That the question's gonna happen, but as it actually happened, like I'm watching, with the boys, and my face was like. it hits you like super cold, like it's gonna come, but you're not really ready for it. And I was like, "Fucking Rinna!"
It's like those Rinna moments, like, "Ooh, Teddy, you're so angry." Like it's just exactly. She has to stop everything and like, I'm gonna have this moment. I wonder if she's like lights, Teddy. She's like lights. I'm so angry. Like there's just like those, like it's just like also, she's like where's my mic, where's the boom, okay it's here, I'm gonna say something, like over there like waving over the camera.
She's good, she's pro, she knows what she's doing, so that's why I love her. So
and I love how Denise kind of skirts it. She's not gonna talk to them about this. She's talked to them about that in private, and that's where she's leaving it. And the thing is, this is Denise is taking it back. This is like a 20-year friendship that Rinna's now putting out there. And so Rinna needs to hold it back. And so she needs to bring it back here. So, and then at the end.
Sorry.
No, go.
Finish.
No, you finish what you're saying.
It's good that Denise is sticking up for herself. She's being tough. She's not backing down. Like, she's great. She's earned her diamond this season. So I'm happy.
That's the thing. She has earned it. So, and then Rinna, do we feel better?
Girl, ain't no one feel better. Like I don't know how we're going on another trip after this. Like,
so we should have been like, Rinna, do you have those pills? Like, let's go, girl.
Can I please put a Xanax in the smoothie, please? Can I do it?
So next week looks good. We're gonna have Garcelle hating all the other girls, and we also have Denise leaving the dinner party at Kyle's again. So
and Aaron gets mad too.
And Aaron gets mad too. Yeah. So.
Is this the footage of don't talk, stop talking, stop talking? Is that going to be this?
This is the footage that we're getting of that, which is great. So I think we have we have a couple more episodes to go until we get Brandy Glanville back in and the whole Bravo. So, but they're definitely doing a good job of painting Denise out to be the villain this year. So, which it's hard to say. I don't think she is the villain.
But she's not the bad guy. She's on the outs.
She's not the bad guy. She's just on the outs, which sucks because, as much as I love Lisa Rinna, I feel like she's being a bad friend to her friend right now, which is not great. So, I totally see Denise's side.
Well, they're doing like what they did to Vanderpump. It's, you know, let's take one down, and then everybody else is like, we got our story, we're all good, you know, that kind of a thing.
Good. So I mean, like I said, it definitely is making for the season. So because that's what we're kind of living for right now, because we do want to know what's going to happen. So, but they're doing a good job giving us that story. So they're giving us, you know, the backstory. Like, this is how Denise kind of got shaded out. This is why she left. So I mean, I
think it's all going to come back on Rinna, though.
Yeah. What's up?
It's all going to come back on Rinna, I feel.
It's going to all come back on Rinna. So, I mean, even that scene where they have, like, the cease and desist, remember, that we saw in the preview, and she's like, you're so angry. Like, I don't know if that cease and desist is for her then, or who it's for. Because, I mean, if she did send a cease and desist to her, why would she be talking to her about it? So,
maybe it wasn't. It's probably towards. I think it was towards Brandy. I think Brandy admitted that part's towards her. She something
probably.
Like that. And because the thing is, because Brandy is the trifling one who's had this problem in the past with what do you call it? The Maloofs.
Yeah, she had it with Adrian Maloof. So
she's rude. Okay, let's flip over to Housewives in New York City. So. Leah. Leah.
I kind of fell out of love with her.
Like, yes, I did too.
It was a little too much.
I love Leah.
No.
I love Leah because I'm Leah.
I kind of feel out of love with you sometimes too. Like
Sundays at PAC.
Yeah.
Sundays at PAC.
Nelson, just go home already.
Too much.
She was out of control.
Like completely.
I was embarrassed totally out of control. For her. Like, it was too much. Like, the flailing on the ground. It was like a 4-year-old.
Was she? I mean, she dipped back into when she was 11 years old. I mean, like
I was trying to think if any other girls ever acted like that, like in the history of Housewives, and I don't think I can think of any.
I don't know. Has anybody else had a meltdown to that proportion? I mean, there was the one little.
Taylor Armstrong had a huge meltdown.
Yeah, when she was sitting inside of the luggage. Yes. I want to go home. With those lips.
I mean, even Rinna did. What was it? Three seasons ago, Rinna had that meltdown when they were like, what, in Cancun, and she's like, I can't handle this. I want to go home. I want to go to my husband. Like, that was not great either.
No.
This bad.
This was epic. I mean, like, here's the thing. Like, Leah, we had our honeymoon with her, and we usually have a whole honeymoon for like a whole season, like Siggy, like, you know, like Siggy from and like we have a whole honeymoon with her, and then second season, it's like, I can't stand this bitch anymore. Get her off my TV. And then usually when we get past that second season, then you kind of like get to if they make it to third, if they can get to that third season, they can coast, they do well, and you also you fall back in love with them. You find like the good parts of them. You start to remember all the good times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it feels like Leah did season 1 and season 2 in these first few episodes. Like, she's already in season 2, sophomore slump, a mess, and like. She's not self-aware at all. She's not self-aware. Like, there's no, it's insane. It's insanity. Like, absolute, the way that she gets off. So at the top of this episode, it's just so funny though, because they are so excited. Okay, the episode's called Hurricane Leah. Appropriately titled.
Yeah, I didn't see that. That's amazing.
Yeah. So, you know, the Beverly Hills one was called Santa Denise.
Santa Denise. I saw that. Yeah.
And so, and this one is Hurricane Leah. So, and I love how Ramona's excited. We're going out to Newport. We're gonna have oysters. We're gonna have we're going to Newport. Like, she's so excited. Newport. And so I'm so excited. And so, like, you know, like, she's so too much.
You do that pretty good, girl. You do that pretty good.
Oh, because I've been watching Ramona for years. I've actually been, when I cook, I've been watching season 2. And it's so full of like, turtle time. Let's go, girls. Let's go. So, and it's not, well, actually, I think that you have something.
I'm done.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Like, you know, what else does she say all the time? But anyways, yeah, so Dorinda, so they're going to be going up to this Castle Hill place. Dorinda's already gotten there. She's there. She's already in her morning state. She's telling the lady Like, you know, that is such an awkward moment too, is that when you're like, oh, we'll have such a wonderful stay. And I just like, we used to come here with my late husband at church. and like yes. the girl's like,
well, welcome back.
Well, I hope you enjoy your stay.
Yeah, like it's just like, what do I do to make this better, lady? Like there's nothing. Like you mentioned the dead husband. Like for real. The whole thing too is like, what's in this? Oh, there's vodka. Okay. I guess and then she's like, well, I guess. You knew you were gonna take that. She was taking that to the head the moment she found it. So like she smelled the vodka come out the back room. Like, that wasn't even for her. They were taking that to somebody else's room, and she was like, "Oh, that's mine." Like
got the guy.
Dorinda, yeah, that's like it's like that Karen Walker. What does that smell? Like it's just like that. Very like she picks up the drink and smells it. But so they get into their whole like little bus. When they're getting in, Luann's already making fun of Tinsley and her pillow. And I'm like,
yeah, she's like, you're a child.
You're a child. You're shrieking.
Pillow?
Tinsley's voice. What happened? It's like this. Like
nails on a chalkboard.
It's like she doesn't have the baby voice anymore, and she doesn't have an adult voice. She's got this weird. It's like when Lindsay.
She's going to.
It's like when Lindsay first started going off the deep end, and like it was starting to come out in her voice. It's that. That's kind of what her voice is right now, and so. But yeah. Ramona, like they get in the car. Leah's like, "You look like you're 25 years old, Ramona." She's like, "Oh, it's ageless. It's ageless. It's ageless skincare." And ageless has been around since like season 2. She's been calling things ageless since season 2. She's always like, yeah, she doesn't want to anti-age. She wants to be ageless, and so that's her whole thing. So this is a deep thing with her. So. Leah tells them about her pita chip. Okay, this guy's an asshole. Like from the jump. Like, why did you go out with him again after he showed? Like, you knew that he sent your nudes to somebody. Curb his ass at this point. You know what I mean?
Because he owns a deli, and you know it's hard to find good locks in New York. Okay,
it is not hard to find good locks in New York. If this was San Diego. Yeah, and that's the thing too. And then not only that, but the thing was they messed around, and he was like, "Fuck this!" Like, so apparently she was like, crazy girls are usually like, you know, crazy guys are good in bed, but she apparently is not. So what is she serving up with this crazy? You should get sober because like, if you're not even having the good crazy sex, what is your point? No, just like I'm being so controversial. People are like, "Oh my god." But so this whole thing, and then the whole reason why she told her she was going to look 25 years old is because she was asking for her sister to come on this little trip. And so
I'm like, she's a little far up her ass with that one. I was gonna say, because of all the girls, Leah and Tinsley look the best, I think. But to say that she looked like she was 25 years old, I was like, girl, you said that with a straight face and everything.
So what is your feeling on the inviting her sister to the shindig? Like,
I don't think it is nice for her to maybe like ask to invite her sister so late, but I don't think anyone should make like a huge deal about it. Like she said, it was going to be our girls' trip, our fun thing. We already said it was going to be that. So last minute guess sometimes is like a little like annoying, but I don't think it is a huge deal, you know? So.
Well, that's the thing. And so it's just.
Gunther, what do you think, girl?
Yeah, what do you think, Gunther?
I agree. I think she should have invited. She should have asked to invite her the minute she got invited.
Yeah.
Like,
or even like early that morning, not when you're en route. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like there's that fear that like, oh my God, is she going to be there when we get there? Or is she like why are you asking me now? Like why did you not pre-plan this at all? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if your sister's been like so like yeah, exactly. You should have asked for her to come along from the jump that you got the invite. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know, girl. So she Yeah, so Ramona, when they get to the place, Dorinda's sitting there with her drink. Ramona orders oysters the moment she walks in. Like,
I need the oysters.
For real. She's just working on that libido, man.
Right. I think she said she was horny this episode too, didn't she?
No, Sonia. Sonia did. Sonia from the sea air. Sonia was like, and you was like, I'm getting my mojo back. We should do it this weekend. It was like, do what? Stop trying to fuck Dorinda. Like Sonia's always trying to fuck Luann. Like Sonia wants to get it on with Luann at least once.
I can't. I'm done.
So we're doing this. Oh, what else is here? So they have. Oh yeah. So Leah's not okay. We're showing the beginning too that Leah's gonna start binge drinking and she's not gonna eat a damn thing.
Yeah. Which
is,
like
recipe for disaster.
Yeah, I mean, I've been there. So like last year, last year I did a sober June. I didn't drink June, didn't do anything extracurricular. And then I went to a 4th of July party and I had 2 drinks and I was fucked. So your body can't really handle that. You don't really realize that your body kind of does go through a little detox, which is amazing. So they're saying she didn't drink for what, 9 months? Or 6 months?
I'm starting to wonder though, like, did she not?
I don't think she didn't.
She's a mess. She's a mess.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's what we're starting to like really, really see here is that how big of a mess this girl really is. And
like,
so
I feel like when she's around her daughter, she doesn't drink. But like, if her daughter's at her husband's, she like goes out and lets loose.
Yeah.
Probably. Or with these dudes, you know what I mean? That's probably what happened. Is they messed around, but she probably was fucked up beyond belief, and he didn't want the crazy girl because she even said that. You know what I mean? Yeah. That he didn't want and so come on, like, So I just Leah's not hungry. She doesn't feel good about herself right now. So that's a recipe for disaster when you don't feel good about yourself.
So you're going to chase that with more alcohol, as we saw that she did in this episode. So.
And you're going to fuck all your friends over at this point. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to have to be babysat. And so that's what I don't love about it.
Yeah. I did think it was rude, too, for her to be like, can I get more shots of vodka in this? Because, like, the staff makes the drinks accordingly to how they need to do it. Like, if you were in a restaurant, I mean, would you be like, hey, I need more alcohol in this? Like,
well, I think for these private things, because it's already being paid for. So just like, like it's going to come with whatever. So like when those kind of in a hotel situation like this or however they got that catered, it was probably like, okay, well, you'll pay for this many as we pour them out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
well, that was Ramona's signature drink though, too. Because it's only a little bit of vodka and then it's a lot of soda water and muddled mint. Because she ordered it the last time they were on vacation.
And a bunch of lime.
Oh, it's my signature drink.
Yeah.
And there's not that much vodka in it at all. So I could see, I would be the same way. I'd be like, I need more vodka in this.
I need more vodka.
I'm sure they're measuring it with a fucking too.
But at the same time, in this situation, because you're just like, you're getting to know this new group of people. Like, so wouldn't you just be like, oh, I'll be right back, and go to the bar yourself and just be like, hey, can you throw a little bit more on this? You know what I mean? I would be like the guy's walking around and she's already fucked up. She's already drunk. And so she's sitting there and she's like, I need 2 more shots in this.
Like, and that's when the bartender's like, no, you've had too many already.
Well, this whole thing too is that she keeps calling Ramona mom. And it's like,
yes. Well, they said it's her surrogate mom. So
I don't know about this. Like,
it's definitely a little weird. Yeah, she's running around the table. She's like humping Sonia. Like,
it just sounds crazy.
Yeah,
like,
it's a little much. But then they're having 2 different conversations at the table. So you see Dorinda trying to have a conversation with Tinsley, right? And they're like, I'm so sorry, I'm this. And then you have like the circus act of Sonia and Leah and Ramona. And then that's when Ramona decides to tell her, you can't have your sister over, which is maybe not the best moment to tell her because she's already hyped up. Like,
I think she was just done at that point because she wanted Sonia to go in there and back her up and stand behind me on this. And it started off as like craziness because Dorinda didn't even get her little toast out. Dorinda wanted to get a toast, and like, and Leah's over here sitting on Sonia's lap, and Sonia's like, "Oh, your boobs are so nice and mushy." You know what I mean? Like, like she's like, "They're squishy. I love this." Oh no, we have to calm this down.
Does any woman want their breasts referred to as squishy though? Like, I don't know.
Well, she does, because the thing is, especially if you don't have the fakey ones, you want your boobs to be squishy and stuff.
Okay, all right.
Girl, you need to touch boobs, but with
check out her mom's boob job. They're hard as rocks.
Yeah, see, you don't want those. You don't want those kind of things. So it's so big. So we're bouncing around here, which is fine. Oh, so when they show up, okay, so Ramona is like, she's done. She wants to like leave. You know, she wants to leave early. And nobody's there. They're not on time. So she's like, we're leaving. We're going. And then it's her, Lou, and Sonia's sitting there. So she has crowns. Okay. Number one, these crowns, you know, she got them at like New Year's Eve somewhere. Like, she's trying to act like she bought these.
Them at Burger King. Girl, she got them.
The thing is, okay, if you came to my house, but after quarantine, like, and like if we were having like a little like shindig here, like I could honestly pull out like favors like that. Like I have like little crowns and I have stuff like that just kind of here and there from past parties that I don't throw away, and then you use them for like your next party, you know? And then I usually at the end of the year have like a big like, I'll have like, you know, a few people over, and it's like, okay, so we're using all the ugly silverware and all the napkins and everything from the whole year that I have left over. So you have like an Easter napkin and a harvest napkin. And that's what Ramona did. She went into her drawer that has all of the extra party stuff, and she said, oh, I'll be giving everybody, we have 7 girls. That's why she wanted Leah's sister to come either. She probably had 7 of everything. But she's like, she has 7 girls. They're already 7 princesses shooting for their stars in the sky. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that was her excuse. Like, for start.
I did think the crowns were a little unusual too. I was like, why the fuck are they wearing these crowns? I was like,
they were they're very drop dead gorgeous though, like the stars. Like it
was cute. I just didn't understand why we needed them.
She just wanted a favor for everybody to like, here, everybody, do this. Like, okay, like because for Anthony's birthday, we had like a double birthday party with another like couple friend of ours, and like we had a couple other people come. And so I brought fake jewelry. So we were sitting at a nice restaurant in town, like with tons of rings on, tons of plastic rings. And that's just how you ate, like you were royalty. So it's like fun to wear those kind of stupid, like little things. It creates like a little tribe kind of thing. I love it. But like, I mean, really, it was reaching for like the reason. She should have just been like, look, everybody, cute crowns. And then, but my favorite part is Luann. Oh, it's like I'm feeling Giovanni. To hell with Countess, you're a queen. And then Sonia goes, okay, we've had enough of Giovanni for tonight. Sonia said it so like, we are done now. We are not going to bring up Giovanni again. Like,
we're not talking about this again, ever again.
She was done. So it was just too much. I love it. Who else do we have here? The crowns. Okay, that's enough. The whole thing with Tinsley trying to apologize, Leah running around the thing, being drugged around like a doll. Just literally just like crawling. Okay, wait, no, here's the thing. So all this is going on, she's crying, and Tinsley just wants to eat. And we know Tinsley, when it happens to food, Tinsley will eat. Pasta girl, okay? Like, she had it in her bed. And so in this episode, Tinsley's eating, and they're like, go take care of your friend. And she was like, Leah's a big girl. She can handle herself. And Luann's like, she cannot handle herself. She is hanging off the drapes. She is breaking the flowers. She's throwing herself around. You have to pick it up. Like, she's like, but Tinsley was like, she's a big girl. She can handle herself. No, she can't. Help your friends. Like, and Tinsley didn't want anything to do with that. She was just like, no, I'm not picking that up. And that's the thing too, is Tinsley gets drunk, but she's never been that kind of drunk, you know?
Yeah.
And so
yeah, I'm drinking, Luann.
I have other stupid quotes written too, is that when she took the glass up to the bar and she goes, 2 shots and that, because it's time.
Yeah, because it's time. I've had enough of these bitches. I need some fucking alcohol now.
Because it's time. Like this woman.
Because my dealer is not coming to fucking Newport, okay?
It is. Let's show. That's the thing too. I wonder if she was thinking she usually drinks this much on the weekends, but she has Coke in her pocket those weekends. That's the difference. Allegedly.
That's the difference.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. She had nothing to even her out, girl. She had nothing. Or on Succession, he says, "I need a straightener." She did not have a straightener that weekend.
I haven't seen that. I need to watch it.
Oh my god, you'll love it. It's so good.
Then that whole apology, and then like Dorinda's trying to okay, well, Dorinda's still trying to like get her piece in, like this is the problem with you, but she can't because Leah's throwing herself around, screaming about it. So you don't take me to the Morgan yacht. The Morgan yacht. Yacht sucks. Oh God, girl. So I wrote in here, I wrote, destroying flowers, she's a child. That's all I wrote. That was like my note here. And then Sonia, she has multiple personalities. I saw it on TV once. Sonia, I love that she just comes with like these like little like, I'm gonna just drop these little nuggets of truth.
So crazy.
And then Ramona, she's like, she takes her over because like this bitch is off the rocker, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's like, okay, let's breathe. Okay. If somebody is making you do yoga exercises at a party, that's usually when you should leave.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Like, unless it's like, even if it's, you know, Teddy's yoga party, leave. You don't need a yoga party. I don't need to do yoga at a party. I hate being healthy. So I love how Elise brings up the fact that she's like, look, she shouldn't have invited this girl. She shouldn't have invited her friend. This is her weekend that she could have actually gotten to know these ladies a little bit better. You know, like her bonding. And that was what kind of Elise was using it for. This is where I wrote the Tinsley thing. And I just kept writing here is that she keeps calling her mom. She keeps calling her mom. So Ramona comes back from the ladies' room after telling her, you know, your sister can't come, you know, that whole situation. She's like, it was in the bathroom. I thought it over and she can come. And so, so Ramona says it one more time. Okay, she can come. And so she's like, I changed my mind a third time. We're done. Yeah. You know, like, okay, so that's it. And so
we know someone's dealer made it to Newport. We know allegedly.
Oh, am I getting kicked out of Newport, Tinsley? Am I getting kicked out of Rhode Island? Ramona's just tired of these dynamics, and so then it's the next thing that she has nothing to cry about. Why are you crying? Stop crying. You know, it's like basically what they're telling her because so the next morning we have Dorinda in the chairs. She calls Leah, and I love that she's like, "So, how you feeling?" She's like, "Oh, I'm good." She's like, "What?" She's like, Dorinda.
she took her B12. She had an electrolyte. She's good, girl.
I think that was everyone's reaction. Like, you're all right.
What? Like, you're fine? And not only that, but the thing is Dorinda likes this behavior because it makes hers look better. That's it.
Yeah, totally.
And and Ramona hit that on the head because when Elise was doing her like little impression of her in the car that, you know, that she's gonna stick up for her and all that kind of shit, Ramona was like, it's because it excuses her own behavior because when she flies off the handle, it doesn't make her look as bad. And so it's just like, oh, it's so true. It's so true. It's so true. Like, because it's how Dorinda is. She's insane, but in a good way. I still love it. But there was something else here. Ramona. So when Elise, when they see them and she's like, well, how are you doing last night? And Leah's like, oh, I love it. That's how I want to be every night. I love it. Like,
really? That's how you want to act?
Like, really? And that's just her being a defiant little girl. You know what I mean? Like, that's the conversation she had with her mom. Like, she's back to being 16 years old again when she drinks. And so she's just, no, Mom, you're like this. And so, what else do we have here? How are you feeling? Oh, I want to be in that moment all the time. Oh, is this the way you want to act? You know, this is maybe why you can't get a man.
Yeah.
And Elise said that and was like, oh, she hit it on the head. And this is why it leads me to think that, like, Leah probably drank when she was with Pita Chip. That happened. So I can't with her.
I feel so bad for the man that is known as Pita Chip.
He didn't want his name said on this. He didn't sign.
No, I know that, but that even like that nickname is just so funny. Like I can't deal with it.
Not like Mr. Big. It's Mr. Pita.
Yeah. So that like little disagreement like kind of boils over into while they're shopping, and Elise starts off really nice, trying to warm her up, and then Leah's
eyes roll.
Yeah, and Leah's like, you were pretty aggressive with me this morning. Like I do like that. That's where Leah is an all-star, where she comes in first season and you're like, oh, this bitch, like we got this with Dorinda her first season. We got this with that new Jennifer up in Jersey her first season. That these bitches that aren't afraid to back down and like just bring it up. Like, why are we gonna go somewhere else? And this is also where New York excels, because Beverly Hills, they would have made that comment that you can't get a man. That comment would have been 3 episodes. This one, it's the next scene. We're addressing this shit, bitch. Let's go. Like, I'll take my earrings off. I'm from New York. I will fight you. Like, it really is that. And so I just love that, you know, so the kind of thing that she talks about her daughter a little bit. Elise is, you know, with your daughter, would you like her to act like that? And then that sets her off. And it's a situation. Don't talk about the children. Don't talk about the kids. Don't talk about the kids. So that makes her leave. Sonia sticks up for Elise, you know, when they're down there, that, hey, it's, you know, this is what she felt, that she's okay, that she's, and then Elise apologized. I should have never said anything about your kid. Again, they move past this shit quick. And and I do know that these right now, if you're like looking at any of like a spoiler for this season, but not a spoiler, is if you're looking at their Instagrams and everything, is that like Elise and Leah are getting along. Leah and Ramona are not getting along at all.
Ooh.
And so like,
mom and daughter aren't getting along.
Like Leah posted about it yesterday that, you know, Ramona did this, and this, and she tried to make herself look better. And then she even like went to as far as to like attack her and say like, you are, wait, what did it say here? I'll bring it up.
No dead air.
No dead air. Okay, so Leah said, hurricane season is here, and tonight's Hurricane Leah. I want to preface this episode by saying I went on this trip to Rhode Island not really wanting to even go. I didn't know the women that well at this point, and I was in an already vulnerable mood. I wanted my sister there for support. She was also 6 months postpartum and looking forward to her first baby-free overnight trip. Moms, haven't we all been there? So she put that card. And then she goes, but enough about me. Tune in tonight for Ramona. Watch her get embarrassed by my bad behavior. Yes, you heard it right. The woman who defecates on hotel room floors and expects others to clean it up, who calls her own friends fat, and who tries to flex on IG during a pandemic, is supposedly embarrassed that I got shit-faced. Please.
Whoa.
Hashtag RHONY, hashtag Bravo TV, hashtag I'll save the rest for the reunion. And then Dorinda Medley commented, so well said, heart emoji, fire emoji. So like, this is going to get good. Like there's divisions happening. We're seeing we're seeing Dorinda and Leah team up right now, because this whole scene, Dorinda is defending Leah, and when Ramona pulls her balls out and lays them on the table, when she just basically goes to the group, cuts Leah out, turns her back on her with Sonia, and then talks shit about her loud enough so Leah can hear. Like, she wants Leah to hear that I'm mad at you. You did this, this, and this. And then this whole situation with I blocked it out. I didn't black out. I block it out because you trigger me. Like, when you act like this, it does. And so I think there's a certain degree of truth there, where Ramona is, she's had a abusive dad, and her brother was an alcoholic. So, you know, she blocks it out, she blanks it out so she can go on with her life and get an education, all that kind of thing. So she pulled a card too that we seldom see Ramona pull in this sense, you know what I mean, with this girl, so that, you know, whatever, like, you know, so she can get her point across. And Leah cries a little bit. I'm so sorry. Ugh. I'm like,
Luann was sticking up for Leah though too at that point.
Yeah.
Because she was like, I'm not gonna let Ramona get away with this. She always does this shit.
And that's the thing I wrote here, Luann versus Ramona, triggered, because Ramona's being triggered. So Luann's like, you didn't black out. You've been through these kind of things before. You're just mad. She did something bad to your party, so just deal with it that way. She did your party wrong. That's where the drama is, not this other shit. Yeah. So Leah says she enjoyed herself though.
I mean, the girl looks like she had fun.
It's so
from what she remembers, right? From what she remembers.
From what she
remembers everything.
She remembers the car ride up there, bitch. She remembers the car ride up there.
Yeah. And that's it.
Yeah. And Ramona basically says, I like you and I want to like you. But when you do stuff like that, I can't have that around me. So you need to curb that around me. So you can be that way, but just curb that attitude around me. And Leah's not taking that. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so there is
I wouldn't either, so.
But there's an amount of respect that, like, okay, well, be a crazy mess and everything, but just when you're around me, just kind of control it. And the thing is in Leah's like, that's me. That's who I am. And it's like, wait, girl, you're defending that with that's just who I am. Like, ooh. Yeah. So
I'm kind of team Leah on that one though. So.
And this tells you where you are in your life.
You've been in her shoes, that's why.
Right. Well, here's the thing too. They were just like at a girlfriend's like trip weekend. It wasn't like they were at like some fucking fancy like charity ball or some gala where they were like at a hotel or something. They were at a girls' trip weekend. Like
there's a difference though. I think there's a difference between letting your hair down and being like, "Woo, we're gonna party, yes, girl," and then like
that's where she was though. So
being rowdy. But there's another degree of when you are grabbing the centerpieces and you're pulling when you're pulling the curtains, like when they're telling you no on something, and you go to like the hoopah curtain where the swag is, and she's like scratching at it like a cat, like she's scratching at the curtains. Like, what was that manic behavior?
I mean, that definitely didn't need to happen, but I'm just saying, like, she made for good TV, so
it was fabulous TV. So, this is why we need her here. We need her here all the time.
I mean, she's doing her job. So
just don't act like that all the time.
I can't be mad about it. Like,
it's kind of like she started here in the middle, and she was like, "I'm gonna be like Bethany," and she was like, "No, no, I'm going all the way over there." Like she was like, because it's like Bethany's usually that voice of reason who gets these girls on the straight and narrow, and this bitch is just off the rails, crack. So it's just too much. So it leads us into a good thing. It's just basically, can Leah curb it around her? We'll see. But then they show the next week's episode, the preview looked good. Leah throwing ravioli.
Ravioli.
And Luann, she threw ravioli. So, and then Scott and Tinsley comes back around. So like Dorinda is also hearing the rumors about Scott and Tinsley, and she wants her to tell the other girls. Yeah. And Tinsley's like, I'm not with with that voice of hers. So okay, so that's where our episodes are. So we'll talk. So like Vanderpump, the only thing I would say about it was this clip show was they showed us all this footage of Charlie being an asshole that they never gave us.
Right.
I didn't watch it because I didn't think that there was.
Watch it.
Okay, I'll watch it.
There is some good scenes.
It's on the DVR. I'll watch it. I think
it's going to set it up for more of the reunion.
That's the thing, is they're setting this up for the reunion because I think that those girls are going to come for each other. Those new girls, you're seeing that they do not like each other, and so I think there's going to be a lot of that. And they were showing a little bit. Crazy Kristen.
I'm excited for the reunion. So
yeah, I would watch this because I think they're setting up some fights, and it's also like there's like feeling that they're excusing some of Jax's behavior, but at the same time they're not. Like this little thing kind of set it up that like, dude, you're 40 years old. Get over it.
Yeah.
Like grow the fuck up. So
who do you think Max hooked up with? They're like saying that Max hooked up with someone else.
Max.
Danica.
Oh, Danica?
Because
really?
Max the manager.
Yeah, because I think because Danica feels like the most like.
She just paused on
Did
this.
you freeze?
Hello? Are you just making that face, girl? What's going on?
Did he really freeze?
I think so. I think she froze.
Oh my
god. Like she's holding that look real good. She's done.
Oh my god.
She's done. Look at that. We're gonna have to screenshot that right there. Like that's a look right there.
Done.
Are we done?
So I want to thank you guys all for coming today.
Can we get her back? We don't know what happened to her.
So tune in tonight.
Oh,